Hey there, folks. So, kind of wanted to ask you, or to get to the root core of what I'm doing here. I was hoping you might care enough about yourself to ask yourself, what do you really want out of life? What do you want? Is it happiness, a wonderful person to spend the rest of your life in, blissful love, um, more gold and riches than anyone on the planet, a nice secure house to live in, other people, including animals, getting along better. Want to learn how to bake that perfect pie. Want to learn how to be the best mechanic there is. Uh, our days are so busy trying to get by, just in that grind that was created for us to live in. More better now, more better now, more better yesterday. Um, excuse me, I was downloading something there. Uh, let's see. Whatever, I'm going to have to deal with that in a minute. But anyway, what is it you really want? I mean, what do you want out of life? Get rid of this. I'll deal with that in a minute. I was just talking. Heck, we talked for about just over 3 hours in Spain with two prodigies that'll be that many people will become aware of in 2 years. Uh, I believe an 8 and a 9-year-old girl that'll be cranking up people doing DNA ICUCs all over the world about the spiritual foundation, what it was meant to become and what it will be. The different family members, it's all Deanna's family that's involved in this, what their jobs will be, certain things that are going to happen. Anyway, it was a long one, but it's the kids took it pretty well. They're so young, they're playing with the spheres and stuff, and they're learning about what they can do with their energy. So for them, it's a whole new world opening up. At that age, that's awesome. There's a lot of you out there that feel like me that it would have been nice if we could have started stuff earlier, if things would have been appropriate. And not just that, something that would substantiate our desire to find ourselves, to grow, instead of a society that was meant to take us down any way they could. It's a nice wine, J. Lore. It's very inexpensive. So anyway, you want to just take a moment and ask yourself, what do you want? What is it that you want out of life? Some of you, a lot of you, most all of you that come to this channel, you're looking for more in life. You want to understand what's really going on. What am I really? Government says I'm a number for them to pay them money, and I have to obey their laws. My family says they have expectations of me for the most part. Religions say I must follow them or I'm damned forever. I have to pay for something my great ancestor, whatever times 1,000 ancestor did. Sins of this and that, and it's like, I didn't do anything. But how do you feel? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your life? Are you happy with it? Do you feel that it's not really what it should be? Do you feel like things aren't fair? I don't mean because you don't have everything you want. Those of you that you know, the very, very, very few of you that plug in, you just want something, get off of this video, man. You're not going to get anything here except the truth, and you've been running from that a long time. I can expect you're still going to continue. But sometimes those of us that are serious, we want to understand more about what's going on. What is this supposed one life that I have? You're born as a baby, and then you die as usually an older person, sometimes, you know, after 3 months of life. Why? Why did it happen? Why were you here? What's it all about? Why did this happen? What made this happen? What controlled this? What was I before I was this baby? How is a baby really made? Don't talk about the birds and bees. I'm talking, how does this stuff kind of happen? Spirit. I know spirit is more than a physical body. It's something different. Spirit is literally sentient energy, period. That is the one true definition of spirit. Energy that has evolved into sentiency. So, if I'm a human body and I'm spirit that's in the body, how did that happen? Sometimes, a lot of us, we have deja vu about things where we actually get a snapshot of something that's about to happen. Sometimes you get a snapshot of and it does happen, sometimes you get a snapshot of a past life you see someplace, and it's like, man, I've seen that before. Probably a picture on the internet. There's been cases where people have actually followed through on that and gone back to a place and knew the people that were there. And then all the people involved in this, if they have an open mind, they're going to understand, oh, this guy was here previously in a different life. I've had people come up to me before, not many, very few, but come up to me, look at me, just literally call me Gandhi G, and they've never heard me talk or nothing. So, it's a long time ago. And since 2015 is when this body went crazy with edema, cirrhosis, and all these other wonderful diseases that I have, where it just started blowing up like a planet. Before then I was thinner, but still my last life as Gandhi I was emaciated pretty much. But I never quit. It was my life's purpose to get people, to try to get people to put down their religious books for a minute, stand up heart to heart, live together. And when someone tells them they have to do something and they're wrong, to just say no. Don't raise a hand. Don't get a stick or stone. Just say no. Find a good stone you like, put it in your pocket. Stone energy is as real as you are. So, you have to wonder, or don't have to, but if you're curious about anything, you have to wonder what's going on. What about stars and ETs? Why are you here? Why are they there? Even though we don't see them, most everybody knows, hey, that's real. They're real. So what do you want out of life? You want to be comfortable and relax and have enough money to take care of bills and be financially sufficient, good. Awesome. I think that's important. You want to beat up on others and take advantage of them? Almost no one listening to this video is like that, or you wouldn't be here. And those people that are like that, they're leaving. They're going to be leaving. They don't go poof. The body doesn't turn into dust. The body drops over dead. They come out and they're dealt with. Everything's changing on the other side. Almost every single thing. But still, it doesn't get us, the big answer for the big question. What do you want? What would you like to know? Would you like to know how you got in a body? Would you like to know why things can go really good for you and you get to the point you're just going to get over the hill and then boom, someone knocks you down the hill again? Things just happen in life. Why? What's controlling that? The all-powerful, the all-loving, the almighty, and forever forgiving God that also made hell to abuse you and torture you forever if it was pissed at you? Okay, that doesn't make sense. That's like saying if you take a stick and stick it in your eye, you're going to see better. So other than taking care of yourself and feeling successful as far as having some money and having a comfortable life where you don't have to work so hard, you can take care of those you love, the ones you love. Where does it go from there? Say you have that, and personally I want that for everyone. I want more, but I want at least that. So what's next? Where'd you come from? What are you, this thing? What is spirit? You know there's something about spirit that's real. You know it. You know why? Because that's who you are inside that body. So you know there's truth to it, but you have no idea on how to understand it. How is it things happen the way they do? How is it that so many abusive, grossly vindictive, destructive people and companies can just keep growing bigger, larger, more destructive, hurting everyone more? These big companies, Monsanto's, they get a fine for, who knows, $500,000 for something they did, destroying the planet. But they made about 30 billion. You think they're going to stop? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's wrong? Yeah, it is. If you have a heart, if you care, if you have any compassion, that is wrong. Maybe a good way to start for yourself, if you want to understand more about yourself, is to take the fact that you do have that compassion and start feeling, where does it come from? Some people say that person has a lot of heart. That's a good place. That's a good start. It means that they care. So, there's things that happen. Most everything that major that's controlled, in most everything that happens in this third dimension, the physical dimension, is controlled by the first dimension above us, called the second dimension. What used to be running things and destroying everyone and created all the abuse and everything is dead, is gone. Their servants that caused it, the main one, original first angels, they're dead. Almost all of them. The rest that are alive, almost every single one of them is awesome, and they've been made stronger. They made the right decision when they were finally free. They were no longer servants. So there's stuff on the other side helping you see what's going on. Spirit guides that are being told, very soon will be told that they are not allowed to lie to you. You've been spirit guides for many people. And you were told by the angels right over there hanging over those people, you're going to lie to him. And if you don't, you're going to have to deal with us. And an archangel had a lot of power. Then add another 3, 4, 5 angels to that, and you got an issue. Did they have the capacity to kill you as spirit? No, never. Even original first being never did. Does that exist out there? Yes. Sure does. It's got to be Arae, though. Anyway, and it was made to serve and protect, so it's not going to hurt you. How is it things could happen in such an uncanny way? And it left you with questions. Why is it that my house burnt down? I watched everyone suffer and die, and I'm the only one left. Why did that happen? Am I supposed to praise God that I'm alive and they're all dead and I have to suffer with their loss? Things we're told don't make sense, and that's why religions, believe it or not, are going downhill. They're less and less popular, and they will be falling away. But where are you really from? Excuse me. Where are you really from? I'm really tired. I'm really sick. I really hurt. And I'm only going to be here so much longer. But I just wanted to bring this up to people that are waking up. For people who have questions. What's behind this life thing? Why are you even having a life? Why does it even exist? What does it mean? Who put it together? You know that you are something called spirit. You think you're a body with spirit being part of it, maybe, but you know spirit's real, and you know it's got a direct attachment to who you really are. You are spirit that's put in a physical body that was made for you to drive, and you didn't do too much driving. It's pretty much automatic pilot. So how did that happen? You don't remember going into the body, or some of you do, which is cool. As you start to awaken and use your abilities, you're going to find out why. That's why all these crank-ups went crazy all over the place. I started doing them. I went into other people that are source, and I made them stronger so they could do it. And I got rid of the problems on the other side. I wrote the books, the creation series by Essex. It tells you how creation began, where this first being came from, called God, why he had made sure it was called God, why it wanted to. What the angels were, there's never a demon, never. But you had the original first being, male and female, that released parts of their own energy, and the angel energy, the original first angels. They would definitely save you, keep you alive until it was time for you to get hurt. Then they'd hurt you. Break an arm, break a leg, burn a house down, make little electrical sparks jump. They can literally make a physical body inside a truck in a that quick, boom, flash, blink of an eye. And then take the whole thing, boom, disappear, it's all gone. And they're back to themselves as energy. How quick did they do it? That movie Jumper, that's what it's like. They've done it to me plenty of times. When they make a body, you'll see them drink coffee, and lots of times they'll drink coffee, have cold ice water with lots of ice in it, and then they'll smoke a cigarette. Why? Because they want to see what it's like as much as they can to be alive, but they'll never eat. If they eat food, then when they lose the body, they have to do something with the food right away, and they can't get rid of it. So, you ever see one get hit by a car, there wouldn't be any blood. There's no blood. Actually, saw something similar to that once. One that had just been hit. Anyway, you go to a church sometimes to look for answers. What do you get? Well, we're just too dumb to understand because God's so smart that we don't know why we're being abused. But it's so we can learn our lessons. Something's hurting me. I got one lesson to learn. It's hurting me, and I'm going to stop it. I don't know why it's hurting me, but it's not a good reason. And if I need to, I'm going to put that thing down so hard it never ever gets up again. Turn the other cheek. Why? Someone hits you on one cheek, turn the other cheek. Why? You're teaching me to what? Be docile? To take abuse? Where's the love and compassion and honor in that? You know you have a feeling inside that all this stuff around you is a bunch of crap. You're right. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. A lot of people have said, Jay, you talk some crazy stuff. If you think about the way your life is, if you think about the way it's been run and what's been done to you, yeah, it's crazy. And then the more you look around through your life and other people's life, the more you wake up your abilities and you start to see for yourself, you find out for yourself the validity of my words. So, a lot of people don't want to wake up. They'll scream and rant whatever they want, whatever. They're like children. They don't want to learn. They don't want anyone else to learn. Damn, that would mean that they could be wrong and they can't handle that because they want to be at the top of the pile. Look at me, everybody. Who cares? So do you want to know who you are? Do you want to know where you came from? Do you want to know what you are? Do you want to know how it all started? Do you want to know where it's going? That's why I wrote the creation series. 3 books. Book 1 is Creation, Its Beginning and Your Origin. Book 2 is Creation, Its Journey Evolving into Paradise, which is not a perfect paradise. There's no such thing as perfect, and paradise is a subjective word. It's more like if you were forced to live in a cave for 10 years, 12 years, and all of a sudden you came out and saw the sunlight and beautiful lake and, all the clean water and beautiful trees. That would be paradise, even though, there's still problems there. Then the 3rd book, this one right over here. Let's just grab it. People wonder about all my animals and stuff. It's just showing a little respect for all life that's out here. This is the proof book, Creation, Its History, Explosive Evolution, and ET Arrivals on Earth. Here you go. Get you something better to look at. So anyway, this book's 500 and something pages. When the publishers, when they tell you how many pages a book is, they include those Roman numeral pages. If you don't include those, okay, that's one of those pages without a number on it. It's 472 pages. But if you count all the pages, it's 509 or 507, something like that. There's so much information in here about waking up, spirit, how things happen. Tarot cards, what's that? What's the stuff about mirrors, ghosts? And what's a ghost? It's spirit that's not in a body. What are you when you get out of that body? Spirit outside of the body. It's very simple. I broke this book down into 2 main regions. One of them is physical changes coming, especially about with ETs, how life on this planet is going to change, never go back to the way it was, including money falling away. And then the metaphysical changes. Earth's future with ETs, physical evolution, dimensions, metaphysical awareness, understanding spirit, developing your meta abilities, and how they flow through you. I actually explain the battery that actually makes your body run is called you, the real you, spirit. And it's located in the brain centrally. And then the core, the main part of your energy goes to your spirit core. And then it goes through all the different areas of the brain. The hypothalamus gland is the main place where everything goes through. Do you want to know any of this? Do you want to know who you really are and how you work? If not, turn this damn video off. Get the hell out of here and go have fun. You know, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet where you can have a good time. I came here to do a job, okay, and I've done it. Big time. What I will never be able to finish in the body is to help you wake up. I'll be out of this body soon, and I will take very good care of everyone the best I can. Those of you that have been doing readings for a long time, you might want to consider calling them consultations, because they are. You're giving people your advice, your thought processes about things. If you call yourself a counselor, you have to have a college degree, so I wouldn't do that. When I started doing this, some people started getting kind of surprised, like, I don't know how you see this, but what school did you go to? And I'm like, school? Well, I went to the University of Georgia for a year, and I got tired of that, and then just basically gave up on college and went to some trade schools. But they said, no, to become a psychic. And I said, there's that word again. I've never liked that. Psychic, psycho, too close. Everyone has metaphysical abilities. What I am is very different. Everyone is unique. Everyone is special. And every single living being isn't just sentient energy, but they're equal. Nothing is any better than anything else. All of you have been pushed to feel, to act, to quote unquote know that you're better than other people, or that you needed to be better than other people, and you can't. It doesn't work like that. If you exist and they exist, then we're equal. That's all there is to it. And if you don't like that, turn the damn video off. I guess we're not too freaked out about subscribers and hits. I'm here to give information, not play a contest. I don't do anything with YouTube or commercials and stuff on my channels. Never had one. Never will, not while I'm alive. And when I'm not alive, whatever, I think I'll have something to say about that. But when I'm not in this body, as soon as you come out, you're your real self, and you're still alive. So it's not been about that. It's about getting the information out there. And as soon as I'm out of this body, those of you that want to wake up, I'll be bringing you to the internet, to the spiritualfoundation.com. A lot of the products that are there, almost everything there is expensive. You don't have to buy it to gain information. On all these different spheres, listen to the stones we put in them. And when you want to do something for yourself dealing with that type of problem, go buy the stones at a store. You'll spend $50, $80 max and have a ton of stone that works on those parts of your body, and it'll help you. That information was free. You didn't spend $700 for a sphere, or $1,000 for some of them. Those are the most expensive ones. And the stone that's in them is crystal, dragon egg star essonite, and that stuff is very rare, and the most powerful stone there is on this planet, most any other one too. Especially for these human bodies came from Earth. So they're not the stones that are sold at the Spiritual Foundation are all cranked up by myself, and Deanna cranks them up too before they go, which is good. I'm the strongest source in energy that's ever been anywhere, period. That's what I am inside, our primary focal point. The thing is, though, I'm a little over 97% male energy. I don't have much female energy. So when it comes to universal essence, star energy, big time. Powerful as hell. Planetary female, no, I'm weak. And those frequencies, they don't have a lot, and they really help with healing. Gee, are more people doing some healing work when they're female? Yeah, they are. I wonder why. I wonder if that's relative. When I talk like that and make faces like that, I'm not making fun of anyone. I didn't know until I knew. But I am just being goofy, trying to make a point. I just had a visitor, physical one. So that's why a lot of women are doing this. You know, and waking up. A lot of times they can be more balanced than men are. You know, we're all different. Brute power. You know, some women get upset about this, but brute power, you're often going to find male energy behind it. I'm more powerful than my other half, the primary Lily, but she can do things I can't. And who cares? What cares is that you get something done you want to do. This better than garbage is just garbage. It has no value in an awakened being's mind. It has a totally invalid thought process that can take you nowhere. It'll fragment you and literally tear down everything you could possibly build, and it messes with your conscious mind. You have to let that go to open up and relax, flow out of your body. So there's a lot of people here on the planet that'll be cranking you up. The Spiritual Foundation, I bought that website a long time ago, knowing someone else would be attached to it, that it was being reserved, and that was for Deanna and Deanna's family. Her mother and father, her two brothers, her niece and nephew. It's going to grow real big, real strong. Is that the only place that's going to grow through this? Hell no. There's people all over the planet that'll be cranking people up. Raj out in New Zealand, he's incredibly powerful. He's not out there in public yet, but he will be. He's incredibly powerful. He's the 5th Arae there is, the last one to come out of what I am, and he's solid hard energy. Out in Ireland, Siobhan, she's the 5th Lily to come out. She's powerful as hell. Again, hard energy. You get those two together, wow, some serious healing. There's all other folk. Marilyn Monroe was the first focal point of Lily to break away. Well, actually, she's the second focal point of Lily. She was the first one to break away from the initial primary Lily, but she was the second focal point of Lily, the primary one. My better half. So there's a lot of people here in body. Lily and Arae got together. We got together, released a third of our energy, and created Source Angel, Source Animal, and other smaller parts of herself. That's what Deanna is. She's strong as hell. Paul, I'm not using last names for a reason. I'm gonna speak about him and leave that hanging. I'm not gonna. If someone gets upset, I'm not gonna deal with them calling up and Jay mentioned my name. He said my first name. I said, sorry, that's not enough to take it down the video. There's a lot of the children. I say children, they're not children, but they're smaller parts of what was released from the primary Lily and I. And that chest is starting to hurt. Anyway, he's 98.1% male energy. He's like almost all me. He's strong as hell. It hasn't had the lives that I've had, but nothing has. These younger versions of herself were released when the third wave of souls was 80% released, which is late in the scheme of things. The Burju, I think she was the first one doing crank ups after I got everything going. I think she was the first one to break out and do some. She's out in New York. She'll be getting things going real good, real quick. There's a lot of other people, too many to mention, and new ones coming all the time. And a lot of them feel like I've abandoned them. No, I haven't. I had to keep going with my schedule, doing what I needed to do. I can only do so much. It's like some of them got so mad I wouldn't talk to them all the time. It's like, I'm dying. This body's dying. I'm trying to get out with, you're going to be fine. And if you can't trust me on that, why don't you think about who told you what you were and who made you what you are today as far as your power or where you actually came from anyway. It's like, people, have faith in yourself and just relax a little bit. I'm like an animal. If I'm hurting and I'm dying, great time for that to happen. If I'm really hurt and about ready to go, I want to be left alone. So every time I lay down in a chair, and I get asked to lay down more, but when I do, I just feel myself going. There's so much water in my body, I'm so swollen, it actually packs up behind the heart, and the heart's got soft walls in it now. That's funny. Someone's trying to get a hold of me. As you can tell, as you can tell, I'm not professional. I'm not, I'm not anything. Tired old man in overalls, as far as most people would see. I am what I am. You are what you are. And one thing I really want is for as many of you as possible to realize who you are, how cool you are, what you are, how you came here. Understand why your life is the way it is, and what it will be soon. That's what I want. That's what I want out of life, is for you to be taken out of the gray and dark spots of your life. Just see yourself relaxing in a meadow, at the ocean, next to a lake or stream, relaxing and understanding who you are, where you came from, what you can do, what you can see, what you can feel, how to control your abilities. You know that old saying about how you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it? I can help those of you who are ready and willing to wake up to actually go ahead, and I'll open the door for you. Turn a light on. You'll be on. You'll be on YouTube, and all of a sudden, one of my videos will pop up, and there'll be something for you. Your hand might move to a third of the way through the video. You click on it. You click it on, your hand jerks all of a sudden. You're a third of the way through the video, and then you'll hear 2 sentences that literally put a good question in your head. It's like, whoa. That's made to happen through the other side. All of you are incredibly powerful beings, sentient energy. You don't have a body. You have an energy body, but not a physical one. You're metaphysical beings, shoved and imprisoned in a physical body to have a physical life which is overly abusive, and all that's being taken away. Everything's being changed. There's no one to thank. There's nothing to do other than just learn to have a new life as you, the real person, with all your abilities. You're going to start having lives where you know who you are, spirit, sentient energy. That the whole time you're going to be in that body. If you want to, you can relax and flow. It's like in and out of yourself. Then you come out and you literally talk with your family members, your friends and buddies who also are not in a body. You can talk with people in body too. So the whole time you're going through this life thing, you won't have all this abuse, number one. Number two, you're going to be aware that you're in a body temporarily to learn and do whatever you want, and then as long as you're not hurting anything. And then the third one, when you really want to get out, if you've had enough, you're going to have a way to break out of the body without committing suicide. Everything's about to change to the way it should have been your first life. Going by earth years, spirit's been going into physical body, having lives for a little over 2.8, a bit over 2.8 quadrillion earth years. That's 2,800 and something thousand, 2,800 and something trillion years. So that's how long this has been going on. Creation itself, the existence of the original first being and everything coming together, that's older. The original first being was pretty screwed up, but you know what? It was also the first being and very alone, and it had too much heavy particulate matter coming into 5 energy fields as the sentiency was occurring. You take solid mass, you add it to energy, solid mass, you add it to energy, what happens? It slows it down. Why believe me? Well, let's just take another simple analogy. I'm no Einstein. I'm not stupid. But I use simple thought processes to make my points because it's easy for me to actually get out of my mouth. It's easy for me to understand, so hopefully it'll be easy for you too. It doesn't matter if you're a scientist, an incredible mathematician, doctor, surgeon, whatever, engineer. It fits for everyone. We've all had lives in different bodies doing different things, and most all of them have been on other planets. It doesn't matter what you do in this life, because this is different than the other ones you've had. Just a minute. Okay. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm kind of rough, and I left the train of thought there, and we'll have to let that go unless it pops back into my head. The more you understand yourself, the more you can appreciate yourself. Every time the original first being, male and female, put their energy together to release a third of it, the most energy can release from itself and maintain its energetic cohesion is a third. Wow, having issues. Is a third. So every time they'd damn it. Anyway, the idea of what they were doing is just trying to build you up bigger, stronger, then release. When they got you together to release a third of your energy, there'd be more prayer machines. And it came from them, living a hard life. Can you imagine being a first sentient being and then you were all alone? And then, like I was saying earlier, the heavy particulate matter that was pulled into that reaction, that energetic reaction between those 5 energy fields, it's all in book 1, right at the very beginning. It's the least expensive book, too. So people say, well, how do you know whatever? That doesn't make sense. Well, if you take a tuning fork and you just touch it, softly smack it on a hard table, listen to it. That's beautiful sound. Now, you Smack it again, just a little bit. Smack it, and you hear that sound. Shove it in a jar of oil, motor oil for a car, clean motor oil, and then pull it out real quick over something that won't drip oil everywhere, and just listen to it. That's what happens when you're energy, and then you have heavy particulate matter added to it. Damn. Anyway, so it's, it's easy to understand once you are aware of enough things, why things are the way they are, why there's an actual sadness to it, not something to be so mad about. When I had to keep fighting stuff all the time, a lot of that is book 2, how everything grew together, and then eventually the fighting, that the source wars. So there was, because I was the thing in the middle of it, if I would have written about everything that happened, it'd have been at least 1,000 pages. But that's stupid. All the basic important stuff's there for you to understand what happened. When you get out of your body and you go home and you're really alive, all the information's right there for you. There's no need for it here. If you think about it, if something was really worth your praise, this God thing, which is dead now anyway, if something was really worth your praise, why would it want it? Wouldn't it want you to not feel like you should praise it, but just be its buddy, its friend, a companion? Wouldn't it want that instead? And number 2, why the hell would they even allow it if it was up to them and they could control it, and they could? Why would they allow that? They made some bad decisions because of the heavy particulate matter added to it, and more than anything else, the loneliness that made it sick. It was one being. It literally split itself into 2 similar beings so it'd have company, but not right in half, not a copy of itself, but a slightly different part of itself. It was a creation of male and female. So anyway, not dwelling on any of that, but how far do you want to go with your life? Hopefully you get yourself to a place where you're relaxed, confident, watch your kids grow and do some stuff. Man, that's what I want for everyone. I do. That's what I want. If that was happening, then things would be right, and I was doing something decent as far as performing what I'm supposed to be doing. Doing my job is what I'm trying to say. As soon as I get out of this body, and that won't be much longer, I'm finally doing that. I've waited a long time. I had no choice. But anyway, when you get the chance to relax, and it's good to see all that, and you get a certain feeling of contentment when things are nice, maybe that's when it might pop up, wondering who you are, how things happen. But now that nothing is keeping you from doing it, it's happening more and more in people everywhere. And that's what this new awakening is about. So, what people are thinking of and talking of as dimensions and all this other stuff is incorrect. All that stuff is, put together well in the book. As a matter of fact, just on small topics, or on a bunch of smaller topics where I need to get some information out there quicker, touch on it to give you an idea. Additional information. Angels, spirit core, basic numerology, Earth Ages timeline here on this planet, right? Moving through time and space. That's just brief talk there. The DNA ICUC and QEEG test results, so people understand, because you're all going to be using that later. Okay, there's already scientists waiting to, put out results for what's going on with these DNA ICUCs I've been doing. And Deanna's niece and nephew, at the age of 8 and I believe 9. We'll be doing DNA ICUCs together. They won't be the only one. There's going to be others doing it too. Okay? There's more I want to say, and it's best for me not to at this point. But this is going to be hitting the mass media. Okay? These people are literally going to be on CBS, NBC, whatever, Fox, these other stations. They're going to be cranking people up, and there'll be the proof of it. I'm going to tell you something about that in a minute. Anyway, tools for increasing your metability power levels. Okay, a variety of them. Understanding and feeling stone energy. How do you understand it? How do you talk to stone? It's all right there. Informative tidbits, okay? Dreams, visions, deja vu, spirit guides, ear ringing, ghosts, demons, exorcisms, energetic imprint recordings, dowsing rods, pendulums, kinesiology, pictures, dimensions and barriers, mirrors, Ouija boards and books, darting black spots in a corner of your eyes, how Earth changes, the military, everything else. There's so much stuff in here. Schooling. Everyone is going to have a free place to live. Free. Everyone has a free housing. Is it going to be a huge house? No. Is it going to be very nice and clean? Yes. The utilities for it, free. It's all in that third book. Everyone's going to have free food. Everyone's going to have free medical. That's not possible. There's no way, or doctors, there's no way to do it with our system. That's why the system sucks. That's why it was made to be here, because it's abusive. Our friends, ETs, I've showed you in videos, the Allurian coming here, cleaning up the oceans, taking samples. I've pointed it out. The more serious, the more true it was, the more people that you had didn't like the video. Why? Not my video, but there's only certain people listening to me, but the actual video it came from. Take a look at the dislikes on it and the comments on it. There were people out there, excuse me, aggressively slandering it. A truck that got lifted from a beam of light from a ship while it was going down a highway from a traffic camera. And people put that down as a hoax. Really? You're kidding me. So there's a lot of people searching the internet trying to find excitement, whatever, there's something to do, whatever. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying some of the stuff they do is ridiculous. Especially some of that Photoshop garbage. And they say, this is true. It's like, you have no honor? How disgusting. How disgusting can a person be? The one thing you have that nobody can take, you have to trash yourself, is your honor. Have I made mistakes? Yes. Of course I do. Everyone does. But to go at something maliciously, to actually lie when you know better? No, that's not learning. That's not creating progress points. That's being vindictive, abusive. How many of you that actually do what you call readings? You read cards and stuff. Consultations. How many of you pull cards for people? How many of you pulled cards and had it right on the money? You know what was going on. You were talking with your spirit guide, and it just came out blatantly wrong on the last couple of cards or something. How did that happen? You know that you got the message right. You know you gave them the message you were given, that you saw, that you received. So what went wrong? Well, that was done to screw with you so you wouldn't trust yourself. The first thing generally that you were led to have is like, well, bow down, ask God's help, say, oh, God help me, blah, blah, It was to keep you in line, keep you in check, give you bad information. Your spirit guides have been told when it was time to lie to you, and they did because they didn't have any choice. So you want to know why their reading went bad? It's because you were screwed with. So sometimes people get really arrogant and they need to be put in check. But that's not how you would do it. You would leave them to get the information themselves, not to give them the information so they're left with, can't see it. Not to be given, pulled to pull a wrong card and come up with the wrong answer. When you don't have anyone controlling you, abusing you, messing with you, your life gets better right away. When you take all the hard abuse out of your life, again it gets better. When spirit guides are not only told never to lie to you, or they're in deep mud, that'll help you. But when they not only told that, but they have to get involved helping you, then the spirit guides that didn't want to do anything, well, they're gone. Not hurt, not deleted, they're just removed. And you have people come in there that'll help. Just by turning some few simple things around, your lives are going to change immensely. By our friends from other planets being here, everything's going to change. Everything. The format of life, the format of creation. Not only a small piece of that is having a life, but the format of creation itself, which is sentient energy, which is life, your true life. The format's changing from abuse and arrogance to one of compassion, honor, and equality. And those that don't like it, chances are they'll have their own little place to go. If they work against it, they'll be deleted, gone. So that's how that happens. So anyway, what do you want out of life for yourself? What do you want out of life for those you love, especially your children? Well, if you need some help with that, thespiritualfoundation.com is the one shop that has everything you're going to need. I understand it's still pretty much closed right now, except for some spheres and necklaces, but Deanna's helping me. I can't hardly move. I've got these, I don't know what you call them. They're not armpit crutches. They're half crutches trying to move, and I don't have much longer. And then she's going to take a break for a couple of months anyway. And then she'll be back open full swing. And she's the one making these new spheres. And these latest spheres, no one will ever come up with a stone combination or variants of stones that'll do what they do. These last two, the full metaphysical vision sphere, which is seen through the scanner, the pineal, through the crown, through the heart, your gut, which picks up energy, but again, mostly it goes through the spirit core and then through the hypothalamus and everything else. And the hypothalamus is like the nexus, the center point of energy flowing through your body. So anything that's vision, it picks it up. And then there's also the max, that's the full vision one, that's a max sphere. And there's also a max multidimensional sphere. That's everything about seeing multidimensionally. Very, very strong, hard on the pineal. Those two spheres, and there's a max solar plexus sphere for helping people that are solar plexus above other things. Now, lapis lazuli, very good stone for people who are solar plexus to help them see. Excuse me. These stones have the energy that when you put your spirit through these stones, already have the frequencies that as you put your energy through, they create the right combination of frequencies to help your spirit accentuate through the body. It comes together. It literally focuses on seeing multidimensionally. Okay, now the pineal gland is very strong in that. What they call the third eye. It's just a little bit behind on the back part of the spine there. The part of the core going up to the in the brain. I can't hardly think of anything right now, but anyway, it's located in the very back part of that. It's made so when you put your energy through it, it'll literally modulate, caress your frequencies to help your spirit see through this body where the brain can relate to it by seeing multidimensionally. These new max spheres, you can feel them 20 to 25 feet away. That's not diameter, that's radius. You can buy one, and if you got a 4-bedroom house, 4 bedrooms upstairs, and you put that somewhere in the middle of the hall where the beds are no more than 20, 25 foot away, everyone's going to feel it. These things last forever. There's no battery. There's no electrical cord. They never run out of energy. They never run out of power. Period. Other than a crank up from source, nothing can do for you what these spheres can. I understand binaural beats. I got a ton of this stuff over here. When I first started waking up, I had to explore everything. I had to. I was going to talk about it. Now, first off, I wanted to understand for myself. But I knew I was going somewhere with the information I gathered, so it was even more important. 15 years ago, I couldn't feel a rock unless I felt its physical pressure in my presence in my hand or someone threw it at me. So we all learn, grow. Everyone's born with abilities. No one's any better than anyone else. If someone tells you that, if you want, feel sorry for them and just walk away. That's enough of that garbage. So anyway, if you want it, there it is. Go get it. There's plenty of other people that'll be waking people up, selling spheres and stuff. Great. It's not the only store there is, but it's the most complete store where you can buy everything you need. Period. And our spheres are only available at thespiritualfoundation.com. I've cranked up stone, especially some strong star-essenite, and given it, and sometimes sold it to people. But as far as the actual spheres themselves, no, they've only come through my hands through thespiritualfoundation.com. But hey, all the other strong source over here, they're going to be pounding that stuff out, especially the lilies and arrows. They're really strong. So don't hesitate to buy their stuff. Okay? I guess that's all there is to this. I just I'm just trying to figure out what I can say that'll be of interest, that can help other people as they start to wake up. This next 100 years is paramount on this planet. Very soon, our friends from other planets will be coming in and saying hi. Those of you that I've already cranked up, you already know almost all of you have visitation in the house. It's a reason for that. They see that energy. Anyway, folks, look, love you. For those of you that can put any of this information to use, awesome. Because it was meant for all of you. No one's any better than anyone else. No one's more advanced. Different people are starting. Different people have been doing it for a while. So what? Doesn't mean anyone's better than you. Doesn't mean you're better than them either, man. We don't have to sit at the same table and excuse me, watch TV together or whatever. But we need to know who we are and that we have a family who they are. And those 3 creation books have everything you need to understand what's going on, and especially that 3rd one. It's an encyclopedia, a set of encyclopedias. So, folks, love you. Take care. And then, remember, there's over 600 videos right here at this channel. I've put out over 1,100 of them in my life, trying to help. I've been helping, but I'm trying to reach everybody. But YouTube, that's pretty big. So, and those that have come in and then left, they disappeared, they're coming back. Everything's going to be made for all of this to happen, because that's what it's about. It's just right now things are really nutty. That changes 4 months after I'm back home out of this body. And life will keep getting better, and it'll never go back to what it was. You can say that's my promise, that's my word, that's a fact. So, leave that there anyway. Folks, love you, man. Take care, and I hope to hell the day is a good one. Tomorrow, too.